Hello, Algebra 1 students. Let's do this. We got Bobo the monkey with us this morning. We got the calculator, we got the lesson, we got the notes. Let's do this. What I want you to do is, let's take a look at the first page here for this lesson number 3. And the game plan for today is I'm going to teach you some nice calculator skills. So make sure you have a nice calculator with you. So let's take a look at the first 2 questions just to warm up. Let's see what it's saying over here. It's saying 1, or question number 3 here. The accompanying histogram shows the heights of the students in Miss Franklin's math class. What is the total number of students in the class? Well, these are the data values, and my bad, it looks really bad on my paper. I had to write it out over here. Just by looking at the histogram, can you figure out how many data values there are from a histogram? Well, pause the video and try and think about it. How many students are in the class? Well, let's see. There are 2 students here. There are 4 students here. 5 students here. 4 students here. 1 student here. Take your time and add it up. 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 5, 11. 15, 16 students. Answer choice 3. Let's try this one. The accompanying diagram is an example of which type of graph that we learned in lesson 2, right? Pause the video and go back to your notes from lesson 2. Let's make sure we have it. This is what type of graph? A box and whisker plot. And what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to help us actually graph this into the calculator. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, done with the first page. Let's go into the second page over here. And let's take a look at this question here. It says, here is the box and whisker plot, and it represents the scores earned in Miss George's math class. Okay, so here's my box and whisker plot, and here are the 5 values. There's the median, the first quartile, or you could just say Q1, the third quartile, which I said was Q3. The median was which one? That was Q2. This was the min and this was the max. What I'd like you to do is pause the video, right? Pause the video very quickly. I want you to copy this into your notes, okay? First, let's copy this over here. We're gonna do a little bit of a review of box and whisker plot. This is lesson number 3, calculator skills. And let's have this in our notes, and I'm gonna show you some calculator skills. And what I'd like you to do is try and just do this part of the notes. What I'm asking you to do is look at lesson number 2. How did we identify each part, right? Hopefully we have this in our notes. And when we take a look at the box and whisker plot, there are 5 sections, right? There's this one here, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And how do I identify each part of this box and whisker plot? Okay, so let's imagine you pause the video and you just want to just double check to see everything. Here, how do we define the minimum value? Which would be the lowest data value. All right. Here, this was the max data value, right? Q2, we should look at next. Q2 was the median. Q1 would be the median between the min and Q2. Quartile 3 would be the median between Q2 and the max. Okay? This is the basics for a box and whisker plot. And if we take a look at the actual diagram over here, the 5 sections that you should be able to identify, the minimum goes here, right? This is the minimum. This is the lowest data value. This is the maximum data value. This is my Q1, is this bar over here. It's whatever this data value is. This is my Q2, whatever this data value is. And this is my Q3, whatever this data value is, right? So let's say if I just put some numbers, let's say this was 5, let's say this is 10, this is, I don't know, 20, this is 35, let's say this is 50, right? Here, just by looking at this box and whisker plot, I would know that this is my min, this is my max, this is the median of all the numbers, and this is my Q1 and my Q3. Okay? All right. So now here, what we're going to do is, let's take a look at this question over here. Or actually, just after we did this review, take a look at this question. Try it on your own. It's saying, looking at this box and whisker plot right above over here, can you identify these values, right? Take a look at your notes, pause the video, take your time, right? Bobo is telling you to, hey, you pause the video, right? Here, what would be the median score, right? The median score is this part here. It would be, let's say, 75. The first quartile is this part here. I can identify it. This is Q2. This is Q1. My Q1 would be, what is that, 70? What's my Q3 is this part here. That's about 85. What is my minimum value? 55. This is my min. And what is my maximum value? It's 100. And if my picture is a little bit off from yours, just let me know. But yeah, these are the values because of this graph. All right, let's continue. Now, what do we need to do for this question? It's saying the students in Mr. Spencer's math class earn the grades below. Construct a box and whisker plot that represents this data. Why there's a question mark there, I don't know. But can you find these values, right? What should we do? How would we be able to do this, right? You should have your notes, right? First, let's organize the data values, right? Are the numbers organized? Oh, they already organized it for you. Great. Okay, so let's say if I have these numbers, right? Let's say if I have the min, Q1, Q2, Q3, and the max, right? Well, what's my minimum value? That's 65, right? What's my maximum value? 95. Okay. Now, how do I play that game? You see, this is what I should do first. This is what I should do second. This one I should do third, right? Let's find Q2. How do you find Q2? You play your favorite game. Cancel this one, cancel this one. Cancel this one, cancel this one. Cancel this one, cancel this one. This one, this one. This one, this one, bam. 82 is what we call the median, right? It's the middlemost number, okay? But then how do I find Q1? What is Q1? Pause the video and try this on your own, right? How do I find Q1? What is Q1? Q1 is the median between the min and Q2. Okay, so you want to find the median between min and Q2. Well, where is my min? This is my min. And where is my Q2? This is Q2 over here. And what I want to do is I want to find the median between these numbers, right? So let's say if I just wrote it again over here, if I had 65, 70, 70, 80, 80, you play your favorite game, you cancel, 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 cancel. What's my Q1? It will be 70, right? You're finding the median between the min and Q2. How do you find Q3? Pause the video. How do you find Q3, right? You find the median between Q2 and the max. Right? I'm finding the median between these numbers. And if I were to play my favorite game, cancel, 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 what am I left with? 90. So that is my, and that should be the fifth thing you do, right? And Q3 is my my median between these two numbers. Okay, so we found the numbers. Then what do you need to do? You need to create the graph, right? So let's say if I were to grab a ruler, and that's what I'd like you to do. You draw, draw a straight line. Let me do this, organize. Oh my God, what is happening? Sorry. Okay, I draw a straight line. And then where are my data values, right? I'm going to, let's say, draw a bunch of ticks like this, right? And then let's say this is, let's say this is 0, this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, this is 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, right? Okay, so what's the first part? We want our min. Our min is 65, right? And pause the video and take your time, right? And notice this is just a sketch. Where should I put the min? Right here, 65. Okay, bam. That's my min. So this is the first thing I do. What's the second thing I do? The max. Where is my max? 95, somewhere here. Okay. Now, where is my third thing I do, right? First I do this one, then I do this one. Where is my Q2? Q2 is 82, so that's somewhere here, right? And I could draw like another line here. Oh, I'm sorry. When you're creating the graph, maybe this should be 1, this should be 2. I guess this one should be 3 when you're making the graph, right? Because 70 is over here, and this is where I make my box, right? I want to make my box here. Where's my, this should be the fourth thing you do. 90, it's over here. And then this is the graph. And this is the graph, right? I guess maybe when you're creating the graph, it should go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like how you would do it. But notice that this is my min, this is my max, this is my Q1, this is my Q2, and this is my Q3. And here are the data values. Happy. Now here, can you do all this work with your best friend? Is that possible? It is, and I'll show you. So let's take a look here. What I'd like you to do is grab your calculator, turn it on, and here, let's look at the steps of how to do this. Let's take a look. Here, first thing we should do is reset the calculator, right? Let's zoom in a little bit so we get a better angle. How do you reset the calculator? What you do is you hit second plus. Notice 7 says reset, so I hit 7. 1 is all RAM. 2 reset. Bam. I erased its memory. Bobo is thinking, where am I right now? You erased his memory. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to enter in the values. So what you do is you hit this button of stat. I hit stat, and then when I go to edit, I just hit enter. Okay, now here under L1, we're going to put in these data values over here, right? What were the data values? There was 65, enter. 70, enter. Another 70, enter. 80, enter. 80, enter. 82, enter. 88, another 88, a 90, another 90, and a 95. Okay, now all of these data values are in the calculator. Okay, now what you're going to do is let's hit second, and you see like how it says quit over here? When you hit the blue, when you hit the second, you're activating the blue within the calculator. So you hit second mode. Okay, now I'm back here. What we're going to do is we go back to stat. So I hit stat, then you see this calc. What we're going to do is we're going to go 1 to the right, and now you see one variable stats. I hit enter. And now here you see how this says L1? Those were the numbers that you put under L1. So you just hit enter, you hit enter, I go to calculate, hit enter again, and then all right, it looks like it's giving me some numbers. Oh my gosh, let's take a look over here. Isn't this it? Didn't we just do this right now? Let's take a look. Do they match? If I like scroll down, right? This is my min. This is my Q1. This is my Q2. That is my Q3. And that is my max. Oh my gosh. Not only is Bobo happy, but the giraffe is super happy as well. Big high five. All right. So great. So now, hopefully you could have that in your notes. But what else could you do? You could also create this graph. Now, I hope I remember how to do this because it's been a minute. Let's take a look. What do? I think I go second quit, right? So notice if I hit stat and I hit edit, the numbers are already stored. So I put in the numbers, right? Then what you do is, I think you go second y equals, right? If I hit second y equals, I have this. So I hit enter, okay? And now notice how it says off. What we're gonna do is it's on right now. I hit enter and now it's on, right? And what I'm gonna do is, it's gonna say, hey, what type of graph? You go to the fifth one. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Now I'm at the fifth one, I hit enter. And if you want, notice you see it says X list. This is the L1, right? It's gonna make a histogram out of those data values. And because you have this nice fancy calculator, you can go to this part over here and just pick any color you want. Let's try, what's a nice color? Gray, dark gray, blue, red. Let's try magenta. I like magenta. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is, if you hit graph, nothing really happens, right? If I hit the graph button. But what you wanna do is you hit zoom. Then you go down to number 9, zoom stat. Does this work? I hope it works. Oh my gosh, it worked. Bam. Giraffe, another high five. Boom. What I'd like you to do is rewind. Take good notes. What I want you to do within your notes is, how did I just do this right now? What I'd like you to do is, in your notes, write step 1, step 2, step 3 of how I just did this right now. I'll show it again one more time. Second mode, right? What do? You hit second y equals. Okay, I go to the stats plot, I hit enter. And I notice that was on off, I put it in on. I could change the color, but then I also go to this diagram here. This diagram here is a box plot. I go to that diagram, I hit enter, and then notice if you hit graph, if you hit zoom, and then you go to number 9 of zoom stat, it shows you the box plot, okay? Just something for you to see. What I'd like you to do is, with your new nice skills, try the next couple of questions on your own, right? What is this question saying? It's saying, I actually laughed when I read this question. It said, counting the number of squirrels on her backyard. Who is this person? Who is Miss Ramirez? Who on earth is counting squirrels in her backyard? I did not create this problem. It says, here's the following information. Another way of saying 25th percentile is Q1. 50th percentile, another way of saying Q2 and Q3. It's just another way of saying it. This is my min, and this is my max. It's saying do what? Create the box and whisker plot for this one. Look at this question. Create the box and whisker plot, but if I were you, I would use the calculator. And notice that the data values are not in order. Take a look at this question here. It says, this is Miss Tapia's class. How many hours of TV are you watching? Here are my 15 data values. Create a box plot with these data values, right? Here are the number of songs 15 students have on their Spotify playlist. How many songs do you have? I know I have a lot more than these people here. Create a box and whisker plot for this, and this is a little bit of a review. Okay? Happy face. Let me know if you have any questions. Try these questions on your own. Okay? And then we'll go over them in class. I'll see you. Use the calculator. It helps.